So there's big talk about Xbox Game Pass, right? Now this has been now the conversation in the community is like the reason why they're going to Game Pass is because like for example, if you look at Gears of War, and the way Microsoft used to do numbers, like back in the day, I guess 360 days, Gears of War sell 3-4 million copies or Halo sell 10 million copies. They're gonna make an article about that, put it out there, NPD, blah 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 blah. Nowadays, um you don't get that with Microsoft. Like it's like they don't tell you how much they sold, but they'll find a way to like make sure the numbers work in their favor whenever they do talk about numbers. Do you think Xbox Game Pass is like an actual, profitable business move for Xbox or the partners that they have on Game Pass? And the reason why I say that is because when Gears of War 5 came out day and date, if somebody, they all they needed was $1. Like if they didn't have the service, all they needed was $1. Like to go play Gears of War 5 and that's it. Like you know what I'm saying? So my thing is this a good business move? Like what's the idea here in your opinion with Game Pass? Can it be lucrative over a long period of time? How does this help the third party developers that put their games on it day and day? And how is it competitive against PlayStation that still managed to sell a lot when it comes to exclusives too? Like, I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they haven't told us about how many people do trial memberships and then how many people sign up. I mean, they announced that 10 million people are subscribers. So I doubt that, they've had 20 million people sign up and 10 million people play for $1 and quit. I'm sure
Right.
that people, they probably have a pretty high conversion rate. And I don't think that they care if you stay as a member for a year, and pay them $180, $15 a month.
Yeah.
Then they made their money on Gears of War. So, they're probably okay as long as people stay members 4 or 5 months. Yeah,
Mm.
you can finish a game in a week. I mean, most people, but, that multiplayer matters, it keeps you coming back. Um, they've been putting good games on there, not new releases. Obviously, the whole first party
Yeah.
schedule's on there, but they had Grand Theft Auto on there for a while. I think Red Dead got on there for a
Yeah.
bit.
Red Dead is coming now, and they're gonna switch that with Grand Theft Auto. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're only on for a couple of months and they're off. And so the answer to your question, do the publishers make money? I am certain that Microsoft says, "Hey, Take Two, we collected $15 from Gerard, and he played 10 hours that month, and he played 1 hour GTA, so 1/10 of the $15 he gave you. Here's a buck 50. I'm sure they're doing that. So
Got
Take
you.
Two is
That's
fine. I mean,
interesting.
Take Two's happy. I mean, there's a way to do
Yeah.
the calculation. Might not be the whole $15. It might be 10 of the 15 or something.
Yeah.
But they're paying for the number of hours to play, and Take Two wouldn't do it if it wasn't a good deal. So,
Got
you're
you.
getting. We just got EA announcing they're putting Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order on Stadia. It's the same thing, right?
Same
So,
thing.
so
Got you.
yeah, so I'm not worried about the publishers. The answer to whether Microsoft's making money, they're doing something super smart. They've got a whole bunch of different plans. They're all complicated. But what it really comes down to is you can pay $5 a month for Xbox Live, and pretty much everybody who has an Xbox and plays multiplayer does that. You could pay another $15 for Game Pass, but they have bundles, that where you save money if you do the bundle. Then there's a way to buy an Xbox, and the range there is something like $20 to $30 a month, and you get a
Yeah.
new
That's
Xbox.
yeah.
And then they bundle in their Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass. And I honestly don't remember the numbers because it's all complicated
Yeah.
plans. But there's some plan where you spend something like 30 or $40 and you get, an Xbox Series
X.
X,
Yep.
and not Series X, X, what's the thing called?
One X.
Xbox One X. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get an Xbox One X, which is the better one, and you get Game Pass and you get Xbox Live, and it's like $35 a month or something. It comes out to be like, oh, that's pretty cool. I get all these games and I get a new Xbox and I have to put $300 down. I mean, that makes sense to me. So I think they'll do the same thing when they launch the Xbox Series X, the new one. I think they will have a 30, 40, $50 installment plan, probably 30. You commit for 2 years, so they're going to
Kind of
get
like a cell
whatever the
phone,
hell
like
that's.
kind of like how
So
your
that,
cell
yeah,
phone operates.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly like a cell phone. So you're going to get $700 worth of value. At the end of 2 years, they'll, if you quit, you have to give them back your Xbox so they can sell it to somebody else, and they're going to make all their money the way they want to make their money. So as long as consumers don't feel ripped off, I think this works. And I think that's where the 10 million subscribers came from. I think that there's
Mm.
a number, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million who bundled it with
Wow.
Xbox Live, another couple of million that have it as an installment plan, and then a few that are just standalone. But I
Wow.
think they make money. The question really is, are they going to get any compelling third party content that's not 7 years old like GTA?
Got you.
And we'll see. That they got to pay up for that stuff. And the publishers are afraid of subscription because there's no way Take Two would have put Red Dead on there the day that the game launched, but the Outer Worlds was on there, right
Right.
away, and that's because Microsoft bought the studio. So when they
Right.
bought the
Right.
studio, it's like, and I'm sure Take Two got paid for that, but that had to cut into Outer Worlds sales because nobody who subscribed to Game Pass bought Outer Worlds, and if it wasn't on there, they would have bought.
Right. So to me, so what it sounds like to me is like they found a new way to create value in terms of time spent playing versus just outright buying the game. But the thing is, you can't exclude outright buying the game. That's why it takes a while for the third parties to jump on board with a Game Pass because it's different when you have first party because that's something that Microsoft owns.
That's right, and I think
Okay.
If I were Take Two, who makes probably 500 million a year from Xbox. I'm sorry, from Red Dead
Red Dead
Online
alone.
and GTA Online. I would put GTA and Red Dead on there all day long. If I was Activision, who makes a couple $100 million a year from Overwatch, I would put Overwatch on there and hope people play. And I hope people
Yeah.
spent money in game. So there's an opportunity there, and again, even free games like Warzone, let it launch in Xbox Live, in Xbox Game Pass. Like, why not? So I think you should see a lot more paywall free to play like FIFA Ultimate Team. Why not put that on there? So eventually, I think the publishers are going to figure this out.
Got you. Got you. Now, that makes a lot of sense, man.